Hello, loves. My name is Josie, and if you are new to my channel, welcome to Eccentric. So, this is the first video that belongs to a series of videos, okay? They're going to be all about barter, and I want to build a foundation, okay? So, this is going to be the first video, and we're going to talk about the psychology, okay? The psychology of barter. That's what this video is about. Now, when you hear the word barter, a lot of people kind of get it mixed up with haggling or anything that has to do with trying to get a lower price for something or trying to get a deal for something. That is not what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's be clear. I am talking about the ancient form of trade, like literally, okay? Like you're saying, just like kids at a lunch table are saying, hey, if you give me your fruit roll up, I'll give you my chocolate milk. That is barter at its base, okay? You know, it's all about the need, okay? Barter is not about how much money it costs because money is not involved, okay? It's about the need, and the need changes in every single situation. One day you may need laundry detergent, right? But another day you may need some kind of food item. So, I want you to understand that first and foremost. Y'all forgive me. My nose is doing the most. Anyway, so yeah, it's based off of the individual's need. Okay, so if you go over to somebody and you say, hey, like you, first of all, you're not gonna just walk up to anybody for any reason. Just we want to be classy, okay? we don't we don't want to be walking by nobody on the sidewalk talking about, hey yo, let me cop them shades. I'll give you a pack of gum. Like, first of all, let's just not ratchet this up. Understand when there's an opportunity and when there is not an opportunity, okay? This takes people skills. It takes intuition. You got to feel people out because sometimes you'll be dealing with strangers. Sometimes you'll be dealing with people you know. And barter requires some level of trust and integrity. It doesn't mean you have to trust the other person. It doesn't mean they have to trust you. You've got to trust your intuition in this situation. Should you even barter with this person? How do you feel about it, right? Because the bottom line is everybody on both ends have the potential to screw you over, okay? No matter what's said, no matter what's agreed upon. So this is more of a tribal or communal type thing that people, people don't just trade and barter with any and everybody. This is why having your intuition and using it is super important, okay? So yeah, you're gonna have to trust your intuition and still understand that you may have some situations where you've done a trade with somebody and you didn't get your end of it. Those are situations in where you learn how to barter better, where you learn how to keep track of accountability better. And you tweak things to where that doesn't happen again. But don't be afraid to have the experience, okay? So, it's easier to barter with somebody that you know. So if you're bartering with someone you know and you let's say you happen to go over to someone's house and you've been there a million times and you see that they have an abundance of something. Okay, it could be chips. It could be chips. Okay, they got 3 bags of chips sitting on the top of the refrigerator. And they, that's plenty in your eyes. They have 3 bags of chips. So you're thinking, well, what do I have? Because I want those chips. So let me think of what I can offer. This is how this is going, and this is somebody that you know. Okay, you have a beverage that you haven't opened that you are able to trade for the bag of chips. So then you fix that all up in your head. You know the person, so you're not afraid to ask, right? So you go, hey, I've got this Hawaiian punch over here that I'm not using, and I see you got them chips there, so could we switch? Could we swap? The chips for the Hawaiian punch? I just want one of them bags of chips, right? Now, on one hand, that's an easy swap. They'll be like, yeah, sure, okay, it's because y'all know each other. But think about the curveballs in this situation. What if that 3 bags of chips is allotted for an event? What if they can't give it to you because there's a reason behind it, even though they would normally give it to you, right? Well, there's no deal. And that's the end of it. You see what I mean? Or there is a deal and it's not for an event, right? There's no reason to not give it to you. And you make the switch and you happy. And they got something that they probably wasn't even thinking about, but it's a pleasant surprise, right? Because not all barter exchanges are going to be, like, both people are not always going to be in need. So there's this dynamic where a person knows that they're helping somebody else, so they say okay to the trade. And then a lot of times, sometimes people will be like, oh no, you don't have to give me anything, and they'll just give you what you're asking for. Do you see what I mean? So again, you can come down, love. Again, there's a whole psychology behind the whole situation, because again, you have to trust yourself in that moment. You see what I mean? There's levels too. There's levels of urgency. Some people need something like right away. Okay, let me pull a scenario out of my imaginary hat. Let's say, like right now, thinking about it right now, I need more water. I'm out of water, and I'm in a house full of people. If I did not have money to go and get myself some water right now, and believe me, it's going to be urgent in about an hour. Okay? If I didn't have the money to go and get myself some water, and this is an urgent situation, you see what I mean? Again, now I'm dealing with strangers. Okay, so I'm going to have to swallow my pride. I'm going to have to get over myself and say, hey, so-and-so, do you have any water available? Do you have any water available? I got, I'm not just going to go with an empty offer. I'm going to be like, hey, I got these chips here. I've got these Twizzlers. I just need some water. I don't mind giving you the Twizzlers for the water. That's me being brave enough to, and understanding that I need something and it's immediate, and knowing that there's resources around me and all I have to do is ask. And like I told y'all again, even with strangers, when you go and you ask for something that you need and you offer something in return, a lot of times, especially if it's something like water, okay, it depends on what it is too, because that person's value system is different from yours. And a lot of people are compassionate toward basic needs like toilet paper and stuff, so they'll just give it to you, okay? So that's another thing that I wanted to cover, is how you value something is not going to be the same way that someone values something, that same thing. So that's why I tell y'all, this is based off a need. in the moment. It's not based off of the thing itself, because I'm not going to be able to barter with somebody that has cases of water. Okay, I'm not going to be able to offer them more water. They don't need more water. Okay, so they're not going to value the water like I would if I don't have cases of water. So I'm going to have to find something else that they actually need. So when you are making these exchanges, you need to ask specifically, is there something that you need? Not want, but need, okay? You know, we can want all we want to, but if you really want to make some good barter exchanges, go for what the person needs, okay? I've had some impulsive moments where I saw, you know, I was with a client doing a reading, and I saw she had a whole like fishbowl full of the Bath and Body Works wallflowers or something like that. I saw that she had an abundance of them. So after her session, I literally was like, hey, you know, how do you feel about me giving you another session in the future in exchange for some of those wallflowers, since you have so many of them, right? So I got the wallflowers because she was open to that. But she could have said no and I would have been totally fine. It was a new concept to her, but she was open to it. Because at first she was like, this is interesting. This has never happened to me before. So for a lot of people, you will shock them by, you know, your proposition. Again, you're always learning and teaching at the same time. You know, this is how things catch on. It's all about the option of suffering. Just because stuff is bad, just because resources are here and there, doesn't mean you have to suffer. Okay, and this is also why, and this bartering is about unity too. It's about sharing resources in a community. Okay, I think I'm blinking or something. Anyway, but that was some of the psychological side of barter that I wanted to share with you guys. I will be shooting more videos, so I'll see you in the next video as far as barter is concerned.